Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We will give everyone a minute just to get settled before we get started. Appreciate everyone's attendance today. Wonderful. Let's jump right in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on how to make a case for employer sponsorship to help you receive the tuition assistance you need for the HEC Paris Master of Science and Executive Master of Science in Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Officially welcoming everyone again. My name is Ada, and I am an enrollment representative with Coursera. Today, we have a very special guest joining, Johnny Thompson, who is also from Coursera. He will be sharing important information during this presentation. I would like to formally introduce him at this moment. Thank you for joining. Johnny, would you like to share a brief introduction?
Thanks, Ida. Hi, everyone. I'm Johnny Thompson, a Senior Strategic Account Manager here at Coursera, and I'm also a student in the HEC Paris Executive MSc in Innovation and Entrepreneurship program. I secured sponsorship from Coursera for this degree, and today I'll be sharing some tips and guidance on how you can obtain similar support from your employers. Thanks, Ida.
Wonderful. Now, today we will provide an overview of the HEC Paris Executive Masters in Innovation and Entrepreneurship degrees, covering key features and benefits. We will then go over tips on gaining employer support, sharing practical advice on how to secure sponsorship for your degree, ensuring alignment with your company goals. We will then end the presentation with a Q&A segment, answering questions shared on the chat. So as the presentation goes, feel free to type your questions into the Q&A box. As a final reminder, the recording of this presentation will be shared with all attendees afterwards via email. So let's just jump right in. Let's go over the brief program overview. Now, first, let's talk about HEC Paris, which is Europe's #1 business school, ranked by the Financial Times for 5 consecutive years. It was founded in 1881 with a rich legacy of excellence in business education. The Master of Science and Executive Master of Science in Innovation and Entrepreneurship are fully online programs designed for working professionals. This flexibility allows you to balance your studies with your career. You'll learn from industry leaders and top educators, gaining insights directly applicable to your job. The program includes hands-on projects and personalized coaching, ensuring that the knowledge gained is not merely conceptual, but it can be immediately applied to enhance your job performance. For example, in the Executive Master's degree, you will engage in team projects that simulate actual business challenges. Very exciting, to say the least. Now, I want to take a brief look at how the Innovation and Entrepreneurship program will prepare you for a career at an influential level. Your skills, knowledge, and mindset developed in the program will allow you to deliver enormous value for others and become a valued asset for any management team. This degree opens up a wide range of career paths, such as entrepreneur, to drive innovation within your current organization, an innovation management consultant to advise organizations on best innovation practices, business development managers to focus on identifying and seizing growth opportunities, as a decision maker for research and development, to oversee and drive product innovation to keep the company competitive. Executive team members, be a part of a leadership team influencing key strategic decisions. Perhaps as a business owner, to manage and expand your business with entrepreneurial mindset. And as an entrepreneur himself, to start or grow your own business using the skills and knowledge you acquire. This program provides flexibility and enormous venues for career advancements, making it adaptable for various professional goals. Now, here's a quick snapshot of the program. There are two pathways available, which will be the Executive Master's and the Standard Master's degree. The Executive Pathway is an 18-month program geared for experienced professionals, and the Standard Pathway is a 24-month program for early to mid-career professionals. Both programs consist of 20 course modules, facilitated interactive webinars, and team coaching from HEC Paris on both campus faculty, business leaders, and alumni. The global learning approach will allow you to collaborate with peers from around the world, enriching your learning experience. Both programs provide you with the opportunity to interact directly with experienced instructors throughout live sessions and receive individualized guidance tailored to your needs. The total cost of the standard program is 22,950 euros, and for the executive degree will be 24,950 euros. Flexible installment payment plans are available for both programs, making the investment more manageable. Now, additionally, HEC is also offering an exciting on-campus welcome day in June. This gives you the opportunity to meet faculty, connect with peers, and kickstart your HEC Paris journey. Now, virtual options will also be available for those unable to attend. For those in the process of applying for the upcoming 2025 June cohort, the next application deadline will be April the 28th, with classes beginning on July the 7th. I will be sharing the link to the application momentarily. Next, let's talk about a little bit more about these two options. Now, although these programs will share the majority of the program structure, here we will talk about the differences between the two of them. Hopefully that will help you identify which pathway better suits your needs and your interest. The standard pathway allows junior professionals to enter this degree, requiring only 2 years of significant work experience, as opposed to 8 years of professional experience required by the executive pathway. Students in the standard pathway will have an opportunity to choose leadership electives if they wish to learn more about leading organizations and inspiring people. There are also an additional non-credit block of business games, which will take place at the beginning of the program. For the executive pathway, students will need to demonstrate an extensive work experience in fairly senior roles in order to be accepted. Once in the program, they will be able to benefit from the community building sessions, which are interactive network sessions intended to help the students to get to know each other better and prepare them for the team project phase, which will involve a lot of collaboration. Executive students will also have the opportunity to register for an in-person workshop that will take place in Paris every quarter. These workshops will be dedicated for specific topics and be available for executive master students from different cohorts. So very exciting to say the least. There is a limit of 30 participants for those workshops. So you will need to make sure to book your place early on. And for those that are unable to attend due to the location, right, unable to travel to Paris, the same sessions will be also held virtually. So everyone will have the opportunity. Now here, you can see that upon graduation, students apply their newly acquired skills in range of sectors, such as technology, financial services, consulting, healthcare, energy, and more. Majority of the students continue their growth with their existing employer, often securing higher paying and more senior positions. We also see a significant number of graduates that start new positions with other companies or by starting their own business. I will now pass it over to Johnny that will talk to us about those tips to gaining employer support for your degree. Johnny.
Thanks, Ida. Right, now let's dive into some tips on how you can secure employer support for your HEC Paris degree. We'll cover practical steps and strategies to help make your request compelling and aligned with your company's goals. So let's get started. So before we dive into the specific tips, it's worth noting that tuition reimbursement is growing in popularity among employers. Nearly half of employers offer tuition assistance programs. So this is quite common, and many of your employers might already support it. Learning how to effectively request this support can significantly ease your financial burden and make pursuing your degree more feasible. And even if your company doesn't currently offer this perk, you might still be able to approach your employer and get them to consider paying for a portion of your degree as part of your professional development. Now, let's talk about how to ask your employer to support your enrollment in the HEC Paris MSc or Executive MSc in Innovation and Entrepreneurship program. Here are 5 key tips. First, pick a program that aligns closely with your current role and your organization's strategic goals. If you're interested in business development or product innovation, the HEC Paris programs are a great fit. Make sure to detail the costs, including tuition fees and payment plans, as Ida mentioned earlier. You can find this information on our degree description page, which Ida will share with you in the chat. Second, explain how the skills you'll gain can address business challenges and drive growth. Highlight specific benefits you'll gain from the degree, like strengthening your ability to lead strategic projects of your company. For example, you could highlight to your employer that with this degree, you'll feel more confident to lead a digital transformation project that will drive revenue growth. Third, to support your request, give details about your accomplishments and contributions to the company. If possible, use specific examples and hard data to really quantify your impact with your organization to date. For example, you could highlight the impact of your contributions on key company KPIs, like driving revenue growth or improving customer satisfaction. And explain that investing in your education will enhance your skills and increase your value to the company while cultivating an even more loyal and engaged employee. Your manager may have concerns about how you'll balance your workload while earning your degree. The good news is that these HEC Paris programs have been designed for busy working professionals like you. You can highlight this alongside the program's 100% online and flexible nature. And it's also worth explaining how you plan to manage the 15 to 20 hours per week of study alongside your current responsibilities. For example, you may work on an occasional Saturday or commit to working late some evenings, just as I have done from my experience. You could also offer to provide monthly updates of your learning and progress to show your employer that their investment is being taken seriously. And finally, show your commitment to staying with the company after the degree. This reassures your employer about their investment and lets them know you're dedicated to applying your new skills to support your company's objectives. So these 5 points will help you make a compelling case for why your employer should invest in your education with HEC Paris. So let's now talk about how to frame your request beyond just asking for funding. Firstly, emphasize how these HEC programs are designed to help you deliver immediate impact. They combine rigorous business fundamentals with practical innovation and entrepreneurship skills. And through courses, projects, and coaching, you'll gain tools to drive strategic initiatives, improve processes, and unlock growth opportunities, many of which can be tailored to your current organization. And secondly, explain how the skills you'll gain can help solve current business challenges. For instance, how the program will improve your ability to negotiate with stakeholders or drive performance of innovation projects. It's also important to clearly explain how this program aligns with your career goals and your company's strategic objectives. For example, you could emphasize to your employer how developing your leadership skills will enable you to lead key strategic initiatives that you're focused on more confidently. And finally, highlight the program's online flexible format and how it's been designed for busy working professionals like you. Emphasize how the flexible schedule will allow you to study without disrupting your work responsibilities. The HEC Paris programs will help you deliver direct business impact from day one. Now, this is something I've experienced personally and benefited from as a student in the executive MSc program. You'll be taught practical tools and frameworks by world-leading HEC academics that you can apply in your roles. And you'll build practical skills in business development and go-to-market strategies, innovation methodologies and design thinking, organizational change and transformation, and topics like entrepreneurial finance and investment readiness. And these capabilities can be applied to internal innovation projects, cross-functional team collaboration, and support your company's strategy and long-term planning. The program also, importantly, strengthens your ability to lead. You'll learn how to influence across teams, frame compelling business cases, manage ambiguity, and deliver results, all while collaborating with a global cohort and receiving mentorship from HEC Paris faculty and industry coaches. Now, if you choose the executive pathway, the team project phase gives you an excellent opportunity to work on building an innovative project alongside your peers from around the world. This phase combines asynchronous courses, interactive webinars facilitated by HEC professors, and team coaching by experienced entrepreneurs. You could highlight to your employer how the team project will give you an opportunity to lead a team in developing a startup project that could address a specific challenge your organization is facing. Finally, communicate how the skills you'll learn, such as innovation, agility, and strategic thinking, will empower you to drive key business initiatives. Courses in the program like boosting creativity, design thinking, and organizational design and management are perfect for this. By emphasizing the direct applicability of these skills to your role and your organization's priorities, you'll be able to clearly articulate the benefits of investing in your education to your employer. Now, you can also highlight to your employer the strong alignment between the World Economic Forum's top skills in 2025 and the topics covered in these HEC Paris programs. You can see right at the top of the list is analytical thinking that has been identified by the World Economic Forum as the top skill that employers are looking for and that people need in this global marketplace. You'll be taught analytical and strategic thinking skills in courses like design thinking and business strategy. These are skills that are really crucial for business success. Leadership and social influence ranks third on the World Economic Forum's list of top skills. You'll get an amazing opportunity to enhance your leadership skills with courses like building your leadership skills, organizational design and management, team working, as well as the team project phase if you choose the executive pathway. And creative thinking is another example of an essential skill that's on this list, ranked fourth by the World Economic Forum. Courses such as boosting creativity and design thinking will introduce you to frameworks and methodologies that will help you find creative solutions to complex challenges. By highlighting these links, you make a stronger case for employer sponsorship by explicitly showing that you'll gain in-demand skills that will benefit your organization and future-proof yourself for the future. Although the program provides a strong foundation in entrepreneurship, it's just as valuable, if not more so, for professionals who want to innovate within their current organization. This is known as entrepreneurship, which is the term used for applying entrepreneurial thinking to create value from within your organization. So why does this matter to your employer? Entrepreneurs identify opportunities others miss and are empowered to act on them. They bring new products to market, improve internal processes, and unlock revenue in ways traditional structures may not. They also inspire cultural change by bringing fresh thinking and agility into teams and systems. As Ida mentioned earlier, 57% of the MSc graduates and 41% of the executive MSc graduates continue to grow with their existing organizations after completing the program. Many of them take on expanded roles within their organization, launch new initiatives, or lead innovation portfolios. Now, this demonstrates to your employer that supporting you in this program doesn't mean losing talent. It means investing in you as a catalyst for growth. So when making the ask, it helps to show how your organization will benefit, both immediately and over the long term. You could say something like, as we've written here, I'm applying to the HEC Paris MSc in Innovation and Entrepreneurship, an online degree designed for professionals who want to lead innovation and growth. I believe it aligns strongly with my role in whatever that may be, and I'd like to explore whether the company might be open to supporting my participation, whether through tuition support, flexibility, or professional development budget. Now, to strengthen your case, you might identify a business challenge or an opportunity you could apply the coursework or the team project to. You might also offer to share learnings with your team throughout the program and frame this as part of your broader career growth within the organization. Now, if you need help crafting your request to your employer, check out Coursera's blog on this topic for detailed tips on how to ask your employer to fund your degree. Also head to our degree description page where you can access detailed information on the program curriculum, including topics and skills covered, to strengthen your case for sponsorship support. And remember, you're not alone. Many students have successfully secured employer sponsorship, and you can too. Finally, if you're a French tax resident, there are specific funding options available to you, such as CPF funding and BNP Paribas loans. These HEC Paris programs are both eligible for CPF funding if you are a French tax resident. For guidance on these options, you can visit the HEC Paris funding page on their website, which we've linked on this slide. And if you have questions after reviewing this, you can also contact HEC directly to inquire about these options by emailing msie-support@hec.fr.
Fantastic presentation, Johnny. Thank you so very much. We are now transitioning into the Q&A session. As a reminder, if you have not had a chance to submit your questions yet, you will have a couple minutes to do so on the Q&A box. We will answer as many questions as we can today, but if we do not get to answer all of your questions, feel free to reach out to us afterwards or submit an email to the support department at HEC, which was shared in the chat. So let's take a look at some of these questions. Let's take a look here. Jomna is thanking us for organizing the session. He looks forward to the recording, which, as a reminder, everyone attending today will receive this via email. Now, Toha is asking, though 100% online, does it offer the opportunity to travel live and study in Paris during the course? Unfortunately, not. Students who are choosing to attend the program fully online via the Coursera platform will not be allowed to attend an in-person course. So just like students attending the program on campus cannot take courses via the Coursera platform.
I would add, if I may, Ida, just follow up on that question, that as we mentioned, there is a in-person on-campus onboarding day in June, and the graduation ceremony is also hosted at the HEC campus in Paris.
Thank you, Johnny, for reminding us about that. It's very exciting. It is brand new for those that are joining for this upcoming cohort. Now, let's take a look at Nicholas. It says, thank you very much for joining. Without a doubt, a very interesting program. Otherwise, is the program exclusively available this year, or is it going to be available every year going forward? So, Nicholas, the program offers 2 cohorts per year. which will be summer starting, which better known as the June cohort starting in July. And then we'll have a December intake that will start, officially classes will start in January. So you will have 2 intakes to apply, and we're not going anywhere anytime soon. I see some questions about the recording of this session. Once again, everyone, you will receive a link to your email giving you access to the recording of today's session. Now, Nicholas is also asking, what are the admissions requirements? It really depends on which program you are pursuing, and of course, which program better suits your qualifications. For the standard program, a minimum of 2 years of professional experience will be required, along with a completed bachelor's degree. And for the executive program, you will need at least 8 years of professional experience, also with a bachelor's degree. I did share the link to the Coursera's program page. More than welcome to go through the information provided there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We can discuss a little bit more in depth. Now, Anshul is asking, does Coursera or HEC provide any scholarships for individuals? Unfortunately, there are no scholarships available at the moment. The payment plans available directly with the university will definitely aid on the process to be able to have the cost of the program a little bit more manageable, along with some of the funding availabilities for those that are residents of Paris, right? Such as the link provided in the chat that Johnny talked about earlier. Someone is asking if this is available for citizens of Nigeria. This program is available to absolutely anyone from all over the world. Someone is asking if the courses will be provided in French, and to further clarify, this is a full English program. So understanding, speaking, reading, writing English will be one of the main requirements for both pathways. Nicholas is also asking, is there are homework, group projects, or exams? And the answer to that will be all of the above. You will have assignments, you will have quizzes, you will have exams, and of course, like Johnny mentioned earlier, we will also have group projects that you will be able to participate in. Let's take a look and see what other questions we have here. Someone is asking for the link to the application. I did share it in the chat, but I am more than happy to resend it. So take a look at the chat, Horace, so that you can find the link to the application there. Take a look here. Sylvia is asking, why is it called MSc? MSc stands for a Master of Science. So this is a Master of Science in Innovation and Entrepreneurship. That will be the concentration. Once again, there are no scholarships available at the moment, unfortunately, but do take advantage of the installment plans available, managed by the university, and they can further assist with that information. Is this program intended for a certain age group? Not really. Anyone who meets the qualifications and criteria for either one of these pathways is welcome to apply. But do keep in mind that professional experience is required between 2 to 8 years, depending on the pathway selected. Can someone apply without having 2 years of work experience? The answer to that, unfortunately, will be no. The work experience is a must for the standard program, with it being 2 years, and 8 years for the executive program. So you will have to wait a little longer before you can apply. Now, someone is asking a similar question. If someone does not have professional experience but already have a master's degree, can he apply? The answer to that, unfortunately, will be no. Professional experience is one of the main requirements for both of these pathways. Will this be count for someone who has professional experience without a bachelor's degree? This is a very good question, Marie. The only pathway that may provide the opportunity to join the Master of Science in Innovation and Entrepreneurship without a bachelor's degree will be the standard pathway. For the executive, it is a must to have a bachelor's degree, but for those that do have at least 6 years of professional experience and do not have a bachelor's degree, you are welcome to apply for the standard program. Thank you so much for that question, Marie. Someone is inquiring about the cost of the program because they joined late, which is fine. So once again, the cost of the program for the executive track is 22,950 euros, and for the executive track will be 24,950 euros. Once again, the program is available to everyone despite your location. It is fully online, utilizing Coursera's platform to access your course content. Exams are provided, of course, within the platform, and they are a part of the grading process for all of your courses. Can the whole program be attended fully remote? That is correct. This is a fully 100% program utilizing Coursera's platform. Richard is asking, would HEC be willing to offer supporting documents should the sponsorship company request for it? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. The university will be able to assist and properly guide you on anything and everything related to this process. Feel free to send an email to the support department for further information. Ibrahim has 8 years of work experience. Can I apply? Ibrahim, if you have a bachelor's degree, absolutely, my friend. Find the application link in the chat and submit your application. Once again, this is a fully online program. Someone is asking if the program was available on campus, and it is not. It is available on Coursera's platform, 100% online. Charles is asking if there's an application fee. Great question. Thank you for the question, Charles. There is a 100 euro application fee that will be non-refundable for both of these pathways. Let's take a look and see what other questions come through.
I can take one, Ida. There's a question from Michael about other funding options available in the UK and other neighbouring countries. I've just shared in the chat a link to where you can find funding options available by country that have been listed on HEC Paris's website.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Sylvia is asking a question. I'm not 100%. I understand, Sylvia, if you can resend. What are the conditions to get the MSc certificate? Not 100% sure what you mean by that. If you don't mind referring the question and resending, that would be great. Nicholas is asking, confirming, or I guess clarifying my statement that 2 years of work experience is required. He's wondering, is there a field in question that is required, or it can be in virtually any field? The question will be in any field. So any work experience will be welcome as long as it meets the minimum requirements for the program. However, please remember that there is an evaluation process once the application is submitted. And of course, a panelist of individuals at the university will reach out to you for further questions, if any, before they can provide an answer or a decision to your application. Can a beginner with no experience in entrepreneurship join this program? and benefit from it? Absolutely. Anyone without any entrepreneurship experience can benefit from this program. This would be one of the main factors, right? The main concentrations for the program to teach you how to become an entrepreneur. However, please remember you do need to provide evidence of professional experience in general to fit the needs of either one of these pathways. Someone is asking, where can I find information about this program? Let me resend the link to the program's information page. That way you can find that information, including details on the curriculum.
There's a question from Rabbi, who is a PhD student and has asked whether, with his experience in climate change, whether he can apply. Yes, absolutely, you can. The program is open to people from many, many different diverse backgrounds. In fact, me as a student on the executive MSc program, I'm working with a PhD student who has a background in electrical engineering and wants to gain the business skills to support him with his ambitions.
Thank you, Johnny. Veronica is asking a question, very interesting. She feels she is qualified for both pathways. She would like to understand which one will be best suited for her. So I will say, Veronica, find the curriculum link shared in the chat. There is a email me information or request information field on that page. Please fill that out so that we can connect with you. Myself personally will give you a call at your earliest convenience and we can chat more to help you make an informed decision. Now, Sylvia is, I guess, further clarifying her question. Thank you, Sylvia. She's wondering what are the requirements, I guess, for final grades? Is it about passing exams, preparing teamwork, etc.? And it will be a combination of absolutely everything. You will have assignments, you will have quizzes, you will have final exams, and of course, team projects, perhaps, that you will be, evaluated on. You will have access to, of course, the syllabi of the program and the course itself once you have officially enrolled, so you will be able to see a little more details at that time. Once again, no scholarships available for the program. We have a lot of questions about that topic. And let's take a look here. Someone is asking about visa statuses. Remember, this is a fully online program, so that unfortunately will not apply with this degree. Take a look here. Some of these questions, they seem repetitive, so trying to filter through those as fast as I can.
Right, there's a question from Nicholas. Yes, to answer your question, Nicholas, the program is 100% online, and all the assignments, exams will be online as well. You asked also if you'd be penalized if you miss deadlines. The answer is yes. That is the case, but if there are exceptional circumstances, as you've written in your question, like an accident, etc., you could reach out to the HEC Paris program team and sort of work that through with them.
I'm answering another question about the recording. As a reminder, it will be sent to everyone via email afterwards. Sylvia is asking if she can have a detailed agenda of the program and what are the topics that are covered. Sylvia, please go back to the chat and find the link where I indicate you can find the curriculum there to learn more about these courses. She's asking as well if the program can be completed in less than 18 months. And I'm assuming she's referring to the executive pathway. The answer to that is unfortunately not. There is no way of speed up the process for either one of these pathways. It will be 24 months for the standard program, or 18 months for the executive. No change on that. Let's take a look here. Some of these are repetitive once again, just trying to skim through those as quickly as I can.
There's a question from Bilal asking when will be the next session and would like to attend. So firstly, Bilal will send the recording from today's webinar, but also we have one final webinar before the June intake starts, where you'll have a chance to hear from alumni of the program and learn about their experiences. So that will be on Tuesday, May 20th at 4 p.m. Paris time.
Fantastic. Perry is asking a very important question. Would there be any difference between the certificate, right, or the diploma in this case that you will receive upon completion to those that are attending the programs on campus? He's wondering if those documents will have Coursera mentioned anywhere. The answer to that will be no. There will be no mention of Coursera, no logos of any kind, and your documents will not indicate the program was completed online either. It will look just the same as if you attended the program on campus. As a reminder for those that are looking to join the next session starting in July, so will be the summer June 2025 session. The application deadline is quickly approaching here on April the 28th. So definitely make that a priority, submit all of your documents required so that you can join and not miss the opportunity. I'm going to share the application link again here in the chat. Sylvia has some questions about the reading materials. Sylvia, everything will be provided to you within the courses itself, which the course content, of course, is developed by professors at the university. So no worries there. Now, Glory's asking a question I'm not 100% sure I understand. What if the person is not working under anyone? I'm assuming self-employed, perhaps. How will the person enroll in this program? So, Glory, if the question is referring to self-employment, you own your own business, perhaps, that is perfectly fine. One of the requirements on the application will be to submit individuals to provide letters of recommendation, so that it's something that you and I perhaps could talk a little bit more if I'm answering the correct the question correctly. If not, Glory, please feel free to resend your question. Johnny, Michael has a question about the CPF funding. I'm not sure if you can see that question. Wondering if you had any insight about that.
Yes, I think I may have answered that question already from Michael. So we've shared in the chat the specific guidance on HEC's website about CPF funding and the BNP Paribas loans, and also shared in the chat for those interested in exploring funding options in your specific country, a list of funding options by country that are also available on the HEC Paris website.
Thank you. Lots of repetitive questions here, so we may be able to wrap it up a little bit earlier today. Now, someone is asking a question very specific to their situation. His current location is in Africa. He's curious about the possibility of joining the team in June, joining the program in June. Could you please let me know if this timeline works for you or if there are any specific requirements or challenges I should be aware of? So we still have time to submit an application for the June intake up until April the 28th. So if joining the program in June is one of your main, goals, definitely take advantage of that, submit your application. Otherwise, you will have another opportunity coming up in December that you can join.
There's a question from Bilal about to what extent a credit will be recognized worldwide or just US. This where the degree will use the ECTS credit framework, which is recognized across the world, but is used in degree programs in Europe, but certainly recognized worldwide.
Thank you for pointing that out, Johnny. Someone is confirming the minimum professional experience required. Once again, it is 2 years minimum for the standard program with a completed bachelor's degree, 6 years of professional experience for the standard program if you do not have your bachelor's degree, and 8 years of professional experience for those submitting an application for the executive program. Let's see what else we can come through in the chat.
There's a question from Sylvia. Can the program be completed at our own pace? The program is designed to for flexibility and to sort of really fit with your life and your commitments that you have just generally. But there is a real structure to the program, and so you are expected to meet deadlines throughout the course of the program.
I see a couple questions come through about the cost once again. For the standard program, we have a cost of 22,950 euros and 24,950 euros for the executive program. Idris is wondering who will be the sponsor in this program. And of course, if you're referring to that mentorship, you will be assigned by the university during your team project phase. It will be someone absolutely qualified, experienced entrepreneur themselves, business leaders, and HEC will then connect with you during that time to pair you up with someone that will work well and fit your needs to complete that project. How many intakes do we have? Once again, we will have 2 intakes per year, one in June and one in December. For the June intake, we have an application deadline coming up on April the 28th.
There's a question from Maisa on how does the program support students in developing their own entrepreneurial ventures? The program is very much geared towards equipping you with the skills and knowledge to help build entrepreneurial ventures, whether as an entrepreneur or whether as an entrepreneur building your own business. As mentioned, the executive pathway gives a fantastic opportunity through the team project to work on a innovation project with a team of around 4 to 5 other people, where you will at intervals sort of pitch that to academics of HEC and receive feedback to help support the development of that venture. So very much geared towards supporting the development of entrepreneurial ventures.
Marcel is perhaps a little confused. He feels that the cost of the program is not in euros, even though the program is based in Paris, and it is. Once again, you have a cost of 22,950 euros for the standard program and 24,950 for the executive pathway, which again is euros. Someone with a question about perhaps a certificate, please submit an email to the support department for that matter. Is this program resident-based or online? The program is fully online, once again, utilizing Coursera's platform. I see a lot of repetitive questions. Johnny, do you see any additional?
There's a question from Raf. How do I get accepted to the program without a degree, relying on professional qualification and over 25 years of experience? Raf, for the MSc in Innovation and Entrepreneurship, not the executive pathway, for applicants without a bachelor's degree, you can still apply, but you must demonstrate a minimum of 6 years of significant professional experience.
Johnny, do you happen to know the answer to Ernest's question by chance? One of the last ones on the chat.
So I've shared in the chat some funding options on the HEC website by country. We will not be sharing a list of employers that offer sponsorship support. That it's really our advice is to approach your employer to explore what funding options might be available to support you.
Thank you, Johnny. Nicholas is asking if there is a limit of students allowed to participate in the program and if GPAs are taken in consideration for the decision. Obviously, the evaluation of your application will be taken a look at, on an individual basis. It is a combination of your bachelor's degree with your professional experience, a couple of answers to questions that you will have to elaborate on just to get to know you better and understand your goals, as well as a video pitch you will have to record to, once again, allow the university to understand more about you. So not necessarily a GPA requirement per se, but everything is taken in consideration for sure. Funding or support for students looking to launch their own business. Once again, please go back to the chat to access different links provided during the presentation to provide you more information on possible funding options.
And I would also add to Mice's question on support for students looking to launch their own ventures, their own startups after completing the program, that HEC Paris have really good connections with one of Europe's, I think it's Europe's largest incubator program. It's called Station F. And this gives a lot of support for startups to develop their ventures further after the program. So there's opportunities like that, as well as the HEC alumni network and a lot of the opportunities available there to help expand your network to support your venture.
Someone is having a hard time finding the links. The links will be in the chat, not the Q&A box. If you hover over to the left of your Zoom page, you will see a chat function. There we have shared quite a few links for everyone. Well, it looks like majority of these questions, they seem repetitive. Questions we have answered live, of course, and Would like to thank everyone for attending our webinar today. I do hope that you have found the session informative and helpful. For those looking for more information, please visit our program's official page, which was shared in the chat, or you can always contact us if you have any further questions. So once again, thank you everyone for participating and attending. Thank you, Johnny, for your support. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Till next time.